What's wrong with John Leguizamo, y'all? What's wrong with him? Something wrong with that man. I used to think maybe he's just drunk.
My immigrant brothers and sisters, I know you're not felons. I know you're not criminals. I know you're not drug dealers. You're the hardest working people in America. You inspire me.
You know? But then it's like, it doesn't go away. I mean, at some point, if you drink, you throw up, you know?
And I feel pain for your plight.
I knew he was a company man for the Democrats when he made all these videos, but he didn't make no videos calling out the term Latinx. Because every respectable Latino, anybody of Latino descent at all, was calling that out. Like, what you calling Latino X, Holmes? Hey, man, there's no Latino X over here, man. Oh, fuck. Latino X. Like Guatemalan.
I feel very offended by this attack on immigrants, and especially because the majority of them are Latin immigrants who look just like me, who could be my cousin, who could be my aunt, my uncle, my nephews.
So when he wasn't doing that, but he was staying on this one note talking about like boosting Latinos, I mean, he was lying. Like, Latinos, they invented hip-hop. They invented breakdancing. They invented shoes. Like, Latinos, we founded America. We are everything. You know? Like, what's going on, Legs?
New Florida law that police officers can arrest anyone who they think is an undocumented immigrant. They're not targeting criminals who are undocumented. They're just attacking Native Americans, indigenous Latinos who profile to them as undocumented. So it was never really about getting criminals. I was just about getting Latin immigrants who are undocumented out of the country. And now they're going to send them to Guantanamo Bay, which will be our first concentration camp set up by America. The Fourth Reich is taking over, y'all. We got to stand up, fight against this, speak out. Even if you voted for Trump and now you regret your vote, this is the time to act out and make up for your transgression.
Well, I feel like this whole thing is like none of my damn business. Black people need to mind our black business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see if you weren't asking us to do something. Yeah. If we feel moved, if you feel moved to help, I don't know how we can help. But here's my thing, man, and this is why I got a problem. When black people break the law, America has never had a problem throwing us in jail. Never had a problem. In fact, America's gotten throwing black people in the jail as down like an art. They ain't never forgot. They have never forgotten how to throw black people in jail. We get incarcerated 3 times the rate of white people for committing the same acts. We're more than likely, 3 times more likely to get locked up for drugs, even though we're smoking at the same rate, because nobody checks the white guy's car, but they check ours. So, and John Leguizamo, I know you got a last name like Leguizamo, kind of hard for you to hide yours. But a lot of Latino people from Colombia and Cuba and all these other places, man, they sign white on their census, and they pass for white, and they just keep it moving. So you're talking about a very small, to my opinion, you're talking about a small percentage of people. But you're not really talking about those people, are they? Now I think about it. You're talking about people that are here without documents, which are people that are not following the law. But I get your point. You don't like being racially profiled. It's wrong to racially profile. Hey, Legs, America's been racially profiling black people since black people been black people. Yeah, since the slave catchers. What do you think slave catching was? So look, man, what I think needs to happen here, what I think really needs to happen is people that are here illegally or undocumented need to go back and go through the process. That way they won't be illegal. Yeah, you need to go get the proper tags put on your vehicle. Yeah, because if you're driving without tags, they're going to repossess it. I think that's what needs to happen. This does not pertain to everybody that's Latino or Colombian or Mexican or Puerto Rican or whatever. This is like, and this is not just to brown people or high brown white people who have a taco in their wallet. This also pertains to the Irish. I saw Irish people getting deported. I saw Ukrainians. They cut off their program for the Ukrainians. And there's Nigerians getting the boot. There are all types of people that got to leave. It's not just Colombians. It's not just Colombians. No, it's not just Guatemalans. It's not just Venezuelans. So yeah, I know the Democrats put you up to this. I know what it is. Or maybe you just decided you be the new Latinx Al Sharpton. Yeah, I guess you figured, the movie career kind of slowed down a little bit. Maybe you could put together, a thriving career, sitting around talking about how Latino ex-people been done wrong by the U.S. government. And I get it, man. Hey, black people been doing it. You think I'm going to follow suit. But you should at least be original. Come up with your own spin on it. Yeah, man. Concentration camps. Man, you lucky the ADL don't come for your ass on that one. Yeah, you lucky they don't come for your ass on that one, boy. Yeah. Concentration camps. Wasn't nobody supposed to leave the concentration camps. You know that, right? Wow, to avoid concentration camp, all you got to do is leave a country you ain't supposed to be in anyway? I don't know, man. You just did your best. You just did a bang-up job on trying to tell people to get out the country. So I think you just did. I mean, because if it was stay here where you did not cross legally or go to a concentration camp, I know what I would choose to do. Me and Mrs. Black, I'll be, come on now. Come on, baby, let's go. We got places to be. See, look, I'm way past being super nice in order to placate people I don't even know who wouldn't do the same for me. Yeah, I think black people need to stop doing that. That's what I think. I think we need to stop doing it, man. I don't think our hands are big enough to box with the U.S. government over everybody's issue in America, because that's what they like to do with black people. They like to make black people the savior for us all. Magnanimous manumission. No, meritorious manumission is what it's called. It used to be a law back in the Jim Crow days, the Black Code days, slavery days. A slave, an enslaved individual can earn their freedom by doing a good deed, like saving the life of his master. And if you did that, then maybe you'd be awarded your life. So meritorious manumission. And some black people are still trying to practice that to this day. They want to avoid the plight of being overlooked or being discriminated with by doing some good deeds for other people that aren't black. Sometimes that would include telling on other blacks when they try to stage a revolt. Yeah, snitching. Yeah, being a snitch. That was one form of meritorious manumission. They had to earn their freedom by betraying their people, or earn their freedom by saving somebody of the majority of the majority class. Yeah. I think it's time that black people set up for themselves. There's some more fighting on their own behalves, particularly when it comes to economics, man. I'm tired of Democrats telling black people to be worried about what people think about us, being overly concerned if the person in the White House likes black people or not. I mean, it's crazy. People talk about Trump. He's Hitler. As you pointed out, that's why you use the term concentration camp and Third Reich. But it's weird that Trump used to date a black woman. You scour the internet, you'll see him with a sister. I ain't never seen Biden with her. In fact, I ain't seen Biden with a black woman ever, unless, he was trying to lock her up or something. Only black woman I ever saw Biden with, he was trying to hold him for the police. And he wouldn't even want to live around black people. He's like, hey, I want my kids growing up in no concrete jungle going up around these blacks. But yeah, you keep up the story, man. I understand it, man. You're a Democrat. John Leguizamo is a Democrat. He's got to keep up the story, the narrative that the Latinos, because that's the way they want to go. They want to usher in. That's what it is. The Democrats know the future of the Democratic Party is Latino. That's why they, imported so many of you guys. But guess what, guy? You cannot sell us on this bullshit that Latinos are Native Americans. And that Native Americans are being deported because you say Native Americans, the indigenous people. Yeah, I don't want to hear this shit about, but what about when Texas used to be Mexico and so did this place and that place? Yeah. In the words of Cat Williams, it's not anymore. Let's see Latinos get their own civil rights era going. Yeah. You go out there. Let's see you, boycotting and picketing and getting sick, your dog sick on you and all that. Let's see you do what my parents had to do in the 50s and the 60s. You know what I'm saying? Let's see you get out there and get it in. That's what you're talking about. But that don't change the fact you still got to be legal. You still got to go through the right process. And I'm sorry to keep going, but nothing from nothing. A lot of Latino Americans went through the right way, and some of them don't like the fact that that there are others that are not going through the right way. Okay? They don't want to compete against somebody that's willing to take, $12 an hour when the going rate is 25. They don't want that. That messes up their economy too. It doesn't just screw up black people's economy. It screws up the economy of all Americans. So, yeah, this is not a racist thing. I don't care if you was polka dot. I don't care if Latino Americans, it's not about race. Nobody wants somebody who's going to come in and underbid everybody for every damn thing and then not have any rights so they could be totally exploited. And then we got a system that's going to totally exploit them and then keep on discriminating against my people. Like, that's a bad deal for me. That's a bad deal for my people. You understand what I'm saying? If all these fake-ass, kumbaya black people in the Democratic Party and the Congressional Black Caucus, if they had any heart at all, if they had any any guts, if they had any ethics, they'd be saying something similar to what I'm saying. That's what they would be doing. Because no person is advocating for their people would stand for it. Nice. I'm going off on Valentine's Day, man. It's supposed to be the day of love. See what you did to me. See what you made me do. Let's go find your other eye.